How we doing out there? First things first, my name is Kenneth Bird. My company is Black Series Edition LLC. We have the Exotic Collection Edition, and we're doing some upgrading on our ambulate rejection black edge screen paint products for commercial use. So, question I brought up, actually, a couple questions I've been bringing up, is that I feel that gray screen product, any kind of screen paint product, to tell you, not just gray, any kind of screen paint product should be tested before sold, because the consumer needs to know if he or she is getting the real deal. Now, I left the mic open, and the reason why I left the mic open, because anyone who feels upset over this, well, you can feel free to come in here and rant, scream, and yell, and put your emojis in and all that nonsense. We have people who actually do act like that. A lot of you not. But why would you be bothered by that? What would upset you about that? Now, I just requested that screen paints should be tested, and they should be tested. Everything else is tested. How come they don't have to be tested? This cuts down on people getting cheated and getting scammed at the end of the day. Now, the reason why I made this suggestion, because like I said, we test our products. This is what I'm putting in right now. Right now, I'm actually building a page on our new Edge site, where I'm actually putting in our test demonstrations, pictures, everything is going in this section right here. So, what is the problem? Why are they so upset that they have to do these tests? Tests should have been done a long time ago. And as I said in the video, back it up or pack it up. If you can't show the consumer that they're getting the screen paint you're describing in your video, if you can't do those tests, then you need to pack it up. That's what you need to do. How am I in the wrong because I'm suggesting this? If you're angry over this, it clearly shows you were doing something you shouldn't be doing. And what makes matters, a lot of the people that are making these products, which is pretty much going to obsolete a lot of them, is the fact that if you're just now doing these tests after you've been selling this product for some time, that's not a good sign. That's an extremely bad sign, because it shows that you have never done testing under your product. If you refuse to do it, then it clearly shows that your product will match the house paint. Now, like I said, perfect example, we have a fellow who went in and did 2 of those demonstrations and ended up matching on both demonstrations, to the point where he removed the videos off his account, and still continues to sell these fake products on his website to consumers that are just going to be unaware of the whole situation. And that's why we invite and we educate consumers that if you're going to be buying a screen paint product, make sure you request those tests. You want to make sure you're getting what you paid for. And that's including us too. Got no problem with including us. But the difference between us and them, our products are tested, which I'm doing right now. I'm testing more test demonstrations on our products. This is all our black on black demonstrations, which I'm definitely going to have to expand the video players because we don't have enough room, but hopefully we can get everything to fit on there. All our products have to go through these tests. This is how we design our specification sheets. This ensures our customers and people we do business with that these tests were done before the product was sold out. Their product is fully tested before it lands in their hands. Now, as I said before, customers are not outraged and upset about these decisions that we ask for. Only people who sell these products are upset. The only people that are bitter about. We got more to come. What do we got going here? Oh, we might as well just take this out, because we need this whole section for a whole page now. Take that out. We're not going to take that. We're just going to expand this all the way down. bring this down here. This whole page is coming down. We don't need this part right here. It can go. Drag that away. We need to drag this away right here. So we're expanding, making a new page, a section on here for our showcasing our demonstrations on our black versus black demonstrations. We literally have so many. I think we've got 39, 40, 50 videos. It's a lot. Like I said, customers are not upset by this. The only people that are upset by this are people that are not willing to test their products out. Right now, before I got on here, I was having a conversation. We know we're having a conversation with, but we're just talking with them, and I just asked them simple and plain. They just came out ranting, calling us scammers, calling us fakes. And I said, look, man, what's the problem? What are you mad about? Are you mad because we're asking you to do these tests? You have to do these tests. You should have done these tests a long time ago. Now, they got a problem with it. You're more than likely come into the room. I got the mic open. You can come into the room and you can tell me why you feel that it's unnecessary, why you shouldn't have to do these tests for the customers. Why you should be able to sell them anything you want without proper testing. And if any of y'all, those particular individuals, want to call me a scammer at the end of the day, well, I got my tests here to back it up. Where are yours? Simple and plain. Where are your tests? And if you feel my tests are fake, then look, I'll give you the option to duplicate and do all my tests exactly the same way I do them. Better, matching better my tests. Can't do that either. So you can't match and batter my tests because you don't do tests at all, period. So we know that's not going to happen. If you don't test your own products, we definitely know you can't test ours or try to duplicate our products. Not going to happen. So you got to do something. So that's why I put the term in, back it up or pack it up. Because you should not be selling a product to the consumer if you can't prove that it's not house paint. And if those tests make you upset, you do know you're missing quite a bit of tests there. Quite a lot. Quite a lot of tests. This is why we call our product is the best when it comes to screen paint products, because it's tested. Oh, too small on that one. That continued to shrink after I was actually pushing it in. Right there we go. Pushing it downward. There we go. So what we're adding is massive file for our. Look at this. I need this out of here. Is this pulling down? This is not even pulling it down. This is pulling it down. We need this one removed. That's definitely in the way. We can use this one right here for expanding for the videos. I said before, our videos demonstrations for this particular test are quite massive. So I have to move in and put all these video players in. We need about 40 video players in. We'll probably do. We literally don't have enough room here to do all our video demonstrations, but we'll see how many we can fit in here. Now, the reason why they screen fake so much is because, like I said, they have to try to discredit our work so they don't have to do it. If they're going to say all our products are fake, like I said, if our products are fake, you should have no problem matching or duplicating, or actually duplicating our videos, or that's matching, and doing the exact same test, but doing much better than what we did. And the reason why you can't do it, because the gray screen, number one, you're not going to be able to pick up a contrast level. That'll never happen. If you can't pick up a contrast level, you won't even pass the environments that we sit in. Then if alone, you can't even actually withstand the certified screens we test against, so that's not going to happen either. So right there, you're not going to be on our level there. And you're still going to have to do that test of your product versus house paint. And we're talking about everybody, not just one person. So that's what back it up and pack it up is about. Requesting for people to make these screen paint products to show a difference between their product versus gray paint. I have no idea why no one has ever brought this up. tell you one thing. When we did the 2.0, which was a great product, excuse me, we did tests on great products versus that screen. There is no way in the world on God's green planet I'm going to end up in the same boat as that guy just did on matching house paint. I mean, no way in the world. That's just strictly a product that just was not tested. I think we did the paint on demonstrations too on here too. I'll put these down here. Keep loading these in. How many videos we got in here so far? See if we can lock these in now, and we'll load the rest of them in some more and see if we need more for that. Alright, we'll load these right here, and then what I'll do is I'll go in and basically drop the videos in. Alright, so this is how many videos we're going to be loading in today. These are all black on black tests. Alright, so we need to go pop over to YouTube first and start bringing up some of these videos. Oh, before we do all that, did I save anything here? Because I do not want to duplicate that again. Let me see. It should have an auto save in there automatically from the door, but just in case, because I had an incident that happened and auto save didn't kick in. I had to do the whole process all over again. It was a freaking nightmare. Let me make sure our video players are uploaded or there for us to go in and drop videos in anytime we want to. All right, so let's go over here and let's grab on YouTube. I want to grab our black versus black demonstrations. I think we got them on Phantom too. Phantom has a bunch of them. Those black versus black demonstrations. There's going to be some work here. Let's see what we got to do here. All right. We're going to be changing out soon the logo there today to the edge. And the Black Series, this right here is going to be changed out to the edge also today too. We just finished off the dummy labels. This has to be converted over to the ambient projection edge. So that'll be going on today. Right now we're just collecting videos for our massive video player we just dropped in for our black versus black. You'd be surprised how many demonstrations we've done on that topic, which is actually freaking insane. We need to get in here. I got to dig through this. Let's see. Phantom has another set of whole set of black versus black. Let's see. Black versus black. All right, let's see what we got going on here. Oh, still crying and still complaining as always. You're gonna have to do those tests, man. You're just gonna have to do them. Stop crying about it. Get the test done. My goodness, just cry so much. This guy's been crying ever since we made those statements. He's just been crying to us every single day. He's been crying. Just crying it. He refuses to do the test. Just do the test. That's all you got to do. Simple and plain. Just do the test. Your customer is going to request it anyway. That's what we're pushing customers to request these tests. That way you don't end up in the long run getting cheated. Let me see. I'm going to go to the YouTube channel. We're not going to find her. Let's go over here. They're making memes and all that stuff, man. You gotta grow up, man. You gotta do your test. Ain't no way around it. That's why we advise those customers to go in and ask for those tests. Need to get them done. products matching house paint, all kinds of weird stuff going on over there. Customers need to know what they are buying. See this, Jamie? These are tests. These are all test demonstrations. There's mountains of them. I had to load in 40 video players to maintain the black versus black. We haven't even done ambient rejection demonstrations yet. Now, the reason why we say Jamie, because that's the fellow who matched the house paint, literally matched house paint in his demonstration. And that's what you don't want. That's why we advise customers to ask those questions right from the door. Make sure before you buy any product from anybody that you get these tests. If they refuse and they beat around the bush, then don't buy it. Don't go near it. All right, here we are. These are the tests we have on the, this is a black versus black test. That's a black versus black test. That's our product. We have all those on the demonstration. I want the ones beyond that one. Yes, we want to be on that test. Black versus black test right there. Day 1 on the technology. Here we go. We zoom up real quick on that one. So that's a black versus black test. That's a day 1 black versus black test right there. Which, again, no, he hasn't done any tests at all. Well, none of them done any tests. As a matter of fact, all y'all stuff is questionable. There is the slip silver. We requested that multiple times. My goodness. 5 requests that we have requested for the microblend slip silver. Never done. Test was never freaking done. Of course it was not done. 2.0 versus dark gray versus house paint, network gray, and the microblend slip silver. We did the test right there 3 months ago. 3 months ago on that product versus gray paint, dark gray, 2.0, and several light gray screen paints versus a 2.0. That's our gray technology. Y'all haven't done that test yet. Still waiting. I'm going to post that under 2.0 section, our gray products. Request 4. Requesting for Crow 1176 to do the microblend network gray, microblend slip silver 3 months ago. That's 3 months ago. We requested him to do this test. He refused to do it. Oh, just to let you know that the mic is open because we need to discuss why you sellers out there are not doing these tests. If you come in here ranting and carrying on, it doesn't help you. It makes you look extremely bad. And the reason why is because some of y'all are highly upset that I ask questions about customers should be asking and should be requesting these tests be done. If you're upset over this, you have outed yourself of being a scammer. So don't come on here carrying on and acting up because it's not going to look good for you. It's not going to look good. That's what we're requesting. There is slip silver. We did that one. We need to do our test on gray, our products versus gray. We're going to do black versus black first, and then we do our products against grays. We'll do those on there. That is our product, our test right there. We did right there. That's the slip silver. That is a test, couple of tests we've done. Slip silver. Let me see if we're all the way over. We got the whole screen in there. There we go. We got the whole screen in there. So that right there, that test was our 2.0. You see how fully lit that environment is? No dark environments, no projectors kissing the screen, none of that nonsense. Y'all can't match our test. If you want, I can make a grid sheet over maybe 67 videos long, and I can put that up as a giant better our test. You want to go down that road? You want to do all our tests? Dredging down, we can drop it down to 5 years back. You want to go that far? You don't test your stuff. And this is why we're suggesting the customer, the consumer, to ask these questions first before buying. Before they put a dime in your pocket, or any of y'all put a dime in your pocket, that you do these tests. Because they need to know that they're buying something real and not fake. So that gravy train is over. Look at that. Look at that monstrosity. That's supposed to be a screen picking up a black level? That is so washed out, it's not even funny. I'm surprised you guys are posting these videos. I really am. Look at that. Again, request 2. We're going to line these up on how many times we requested this guy to do these demonstrations. We got about 5 requests we requested from him to do these tests. Never done. Still waiting. Now, he's the one that basically, we use him as an example because he's a perfect example why the customer needs to ask these questions. A perfect example. He got caught with a product matching house paint. And this is a product that, not in the middle of testing, he got caught with this product after he has sold this product to multiple customers. This is why customers need to demand for these tests. And not just him, anybody, including us, anybody. So right now I was talking to, I think it was Jamie, we're talking to, who contacted us through our forum site, on our forums. And he's just ranting and cursing, as usual, he usually does. It's the same energy he gives off on his site, so we know it's him. But anyway, he was mad and upset. I said, what are you upset about? What are you angry about? We've requested for customers to ask for you or anybody else, even us, to have these tests ready. And if these tests aren't ready, then they need to perform these tests. Keep in mind, you will be doing these tests live. These tests will not be done on pre-record. They'll be done live. So what's the problem? You did the test right here, and you failed miserably because you matched the product. But you can't just fail on one product and decide never to do it again. You have to test. All your products have to be tested. So people can find out how much of that is going to be house paint and how much of that is going to be the real deal. You can't just do one and quit. You can do all of them. And that's what happened in this one. He did one demonstration and he quit. He backed down from me. He doesn't want to do anymore. You have to do them. Let me see. Black series. Different from black paint. This one we did right here. What makes the black fusion different from black paint? And this is a black versus black demonstration. We did this one with black paint. This one we drew on the screen. I'm pretty sure we did. Everyday black paint. Yep, it is one. So we need to take this video right here. And we need to drop this one into the massive giant video player grid. This is all our videos, gentlemen, or ladies. If you're making this stuff, this is what you have to be to back up. This is an entire grid that I'm putting in of all our black versus black. On every time we drop black paint against our screens, I can literally make this a challenge for you tomorrow. You would have to do it, but you would have to do it with gray paint. These are our demonstrations right here showing why you don't use gray paints or untested gray paints. This is your products right here. These are demonstrations on massive 200. We don't do these at all, period. So let's move on. Demonstrations on our screens outside. We say that we have the most outdoor tested demonstrations. We do. Matching better. Y'all can't do this. Products don't work. There's our giant grid containing all our outdoor demonstrations in the snow, in the rain, you name it. We've been out there. Inflatable, dual 150s, inflatable screens, 180-inch screens, 250-inch screens. We've done it. Y'all can't even match our grid. And if I'm going to say something, I can back it up. If I say I'm an expert in ambient light rejection technology, I'm an expert in black technology. We have done your gray screen paint products, which I plan to drop my grid on there also too, of when we're making gray screen paint products back in the day, showing that we can wrap loops around you guys all day long. I can work in gray, I can work in gunmetal, and I can work in black. I've done all three of them. And you guys are writing on your videos, I mean, not your videos, on your website, that your products are made for outside. You showed me where your products are made for outside. They're not. Optima GT 5500 at 140 inches outside. Motorized projection screen, cheap $68 screen, converted to an ambient light rejection outdoor projection screen. Outdoor projection screen again over here, outside, 12 o'clock daytime hours. 150-inch inflatable screen, 180-inch screen out in the snow, dual 150 inches. Y'all don't have any demonstrations outside because your products are not designed for outside. Guarantee you take a gray screen outside, that thing will wash out just like that. Worst screen you want to have outside is gray. We make great technology. We don't advise you to use it outside. I've never advised anyone to go take a gray screen and take it outside. See these demonstrations right here, how crystal clear they are? Those are all done on 720p projectors. That wasn't done on a 1080p. That's a 720p display at around 5:05 in the evening. These are the kind of results you're going to have to be on our level. We hear it all day long. You guys over there crying and whining about how our products are scams at the end of the day. Then you match my demonstrations today, all of them. You can't do that. Because your stuff, even your own stuff is not tested. How are you going to make my product and you can't even work your product correctly? My goodness. See how much light we have in the environment? Some of those are done outside. And you guys are in these dark, dim, caveman environments. No. Get your stuff tested. Get it done. And he's in there crying. He's been crying and whining every day since we made that. Yeah, because now customers are knowing what to say before they buy from you. Don't hear about that clarity nonsense. Don't hear about that calibration nonsense. None of that. Don't even listen to none of that. What question you want to ask is, how close does your product come to gray house code products? I will put a list of what you need to ask for and what kind of paints you need to ask for that they need to do side by sides next to. And again, why should this be bothering you? Why should you be upset about this? Don't you want to make sure that your customers get the best? Don't you want to make sure they get the best product? What's the problem then? This is the conversation I just had with him in there. He's ranting and carrying on and cursing and carrying on because he's upset and angry. What's the problem? There's my demonstrations right there. Me painting on the screen right there with everyday household black paint. Let me go get me another one. See how many we can drop in here. What is the problem? So what you're saying is the customer doesn't have a right to have a screen paint that should be tested. Is that what you're saying? Because I hope you're not saying that. If you're angry with the customer asking that question, then there's a problem there. There's definitely a problem there. So we're going to fill out this whole grid. And we're going to put in a massive picture show. We got tons of pictures on black versus black. Tons of them. So put those in. You can easily go back and hit the back button on for image search. It'll bring you right to a video. Now, for those of you who make this stuff, if you feel that I'm just coming at you for no reason at all, no, because we ask people to do the same thing with us. That's why we have tests. Because we did tests. That's what you're supposed to do. So the term is, either you back it up or you pack it up. If you got a product and it's matching a house paint that the consumer can go do it themselves, he or she, then you need to pull the product, number one, off your site. It has to go, which we have some people still selling products even though they got caught with products that were matching house paint. They still sell them today on their site, which is kind of sad but true. Buyer beware customers, be very careful. But they need to take those products off their site if it's matching house paint, because the customer is going to request it. And you need to go back, do your test all over again, And this time, make a product that's not going to match that house paint. Now, keep in mind, in order to do that, you're going to have to darken your product a bit to do that, to beat the house paint. And now you're going to run into another problem. Once you darken the product, where do your white levels hang at? Because now you got to do tests after that to show that your white levels are still maintaining, which means now you have to do something called a white level test. Yeah, it's going to get pretty bad. It's going to get extremely bad, because then we're going to show you what testing you really have to do within the day. So what most of them are going to do is they're going to darken the product and make it a little bit darker to be able to get around the product not matching house paint, which means you probably just put a couple of shades of more black into it to make it darker. But now you got another issue you're going to have to deal with. How are the white levels affected by you doing this? So the next test you're going to have to do is called a white level test. We do them all the time. So you're going to take white sheets or white surface, anything's white, and you got to display all snowstorms, colors, bright colors, to see the difference between the white levels on the white screen versus yours. How much did you lose in the drop? You have to go through that. And keep in mind, you still can't pass the contrast test because, again, your screen's not physically black. So you're going to have a problem right there altogether. And if you try to make the product darker, then your white level is going to drop even more if you don't have any form of heightener technology embedded in that screen, which we do. That's the problem you're going to fall into. Oh, then that means you're going to have to pull that product, and you're probably going to have to do some research for maybe a couple of years if we can come back on. There you go. That's why y'all weren't doing your tests. Oh, I forgot about the ambient light rejection test. You're going to have to do those. Those are monsters. You have to do this inside and outside. Then you have to do different caliber of projectors, because you have to see how that same reaction is going to react to 1,000 lumens, maybe ultra short throw. Is that ultra short throw can be used for inside and outside? Yeah, it's going to be a bit rough. Not even anywhere near done. We're just showing you what the beginning stages of what you got to go through. That's just the beginning stage. See all these tests I got, screens sitting in the middle, doors and all that stuff. Yeah, then you're going to realize how hard my work is at the end of the day. How much time we got to put in to make sure these screens are functioning correctly. See right there? See that right there? That's a white level test. That's a white level test on 1,000 lumens versus our black screen. We do a color pattern, which means we come up and we show red, blue, green, yellow, orange to see which one's going to pull the better color versus the white screen at 1,000 lumens. Right there. See? These are tests you're missing from your site. Another, again, white level test done again right there. White level test showing all white levels. Again, you're missing tests. See how the demonstration screen sitting directly in window light? Missing a ton of ambient light retest. 1,000 lumens demonstration, 1,000 lumen demonstration, 1,000 lumen demonstration, 1,000 lumen demonstration. These are all 1,000 lumen demonstrations. Whew, you guys are missing so much test, it's not even funny. Ultra short though demonstrations, 1,000 lumens near windows. All this you're going to have to do right there. You're going to have to show off your ambient light rejection, your window light. More demonstration there, windows right there and there. You're going to have to do demonstrations on, sorry, you can't use those high-end projectors. You got to kick those out the door. That's a $60 projector at 120 inches fully lit environment. You got to be to do those too. Like I said, if you guys are struggling with the house paint, man, it's just the tip of the iceberg of the test you're going to have to do. So we're going to put a list of what customers need to ask from people that are developing these products. If you're doing an ultra short throw demonstration, see how this is set up? See how the light is making contact with the screen? You got to be to pull back, you got to be to turn to the side, and you should see that screen at a perfect angle all the way across with no problem whatsoever. And you have to do multiple different forms of patterns, especially against certified screens, as we're doing right there on white surfaces versus our product on ultra short throw. Now, we did great screens and white screens on that one. There we go. White level tests, white level tests, white level tests, white level tests. Lacking. 720p versus 1,000 lumens. 1,000 lumens versus 5,000 lumens right there. Demonstration right there. ad tech technology outside displays. Here we go. 720p versus 1080p right there displayed. That's all on the other website, all these demonstrations. Ambient light rejection technology, I don't do those. Ambient light rejection technology on black level, straight all contrast next to a window. Y'all definitely don't do those demonstrations. We already know that from the door. Y'all can't pick up. Black versus black, black versus black, demonstrations right there. Have to do these tests. Very important. Black versus black. White level test. Black versus black. I don't know how in the world you guys are selling a screen paint and you don't even have proper tests. Black paper challenge right there. Finished and completed. I think I'm gonna come. Let's see how we get this. I think I gotta go out. I'm gonna come out of here and go into the editing page. If I go on one of my editing pages, I have a ton of videos in there that I can drop in there. That would make it so much easier because we gotta go through a lot of videos, and this thing keeps resetting me back to the very beginning of the video, which we don't want. Let me see. That's us right there. Look at this. That's Jamie's video. That's supposed to be gunmetal, this whatever. Oh, it's awful. That's so washed out. These are so washed out. Very badly. Requesting slip silver. That was never done. Whew, man, a lot of tests weren't done. You didn't do a lot of tests. These tests were supposed to be done. Not him, other people supposed to have these done too. Ambient light rejection demonstration. Ambient light rejection demonstrations. Ambient light rejection demonstrations. Gee whiz Louise, you guys don't have none of this. Well, we'll start off with the house painting, asking customers to request them to do these demonstrations versus house paint, especially the slip silver. This was never even done. If it was done, we'll look it up. Let me see. We can hunt it down through Google if it was ever done. These are our slip silver demonstrations on the 2.0 that we've actually already completed. These are all completed and done on slip silver. None of these were done by anybody else. Gentlemen, this was done on a gray screen we developed. Those are demonstrations we done on slip silver. If I go into Google right now and I punch in that micro blend slip silver by Amazon, who's going to come up on that side? That's what I'm curious about. Where is my microphone? Is my microphone here? I think my microphone is on this side. I'm pretty sure it is. Let me see. Where's my? This comes from my cat in the back, basically hitting my cables and stuff. My cables are supposed to be up front, so let's see which one's going to which, but they're all pulled to the back because he's back there pulling on cables. I want to see if we have what comes up underneath this. We're going to dig it up next. We're going to do that slip silver test because, again, I guarantee they weren't done. They weren't even done. Here's requests again. Now, part A is going to be put up there because, again, we want to show you exactly what kind of customer service we were met with, including the countless canceled receipts that we received from him. He sent us some really nasty emails. We're going to be posting those to the blacklist. I'm just showing you basically what we were dealing with when it came to his customer support, which was actually completely trifling. It was very trifling. We had to go through with his cursing and carrying on and acting up. Not very professional, but not how you carry yourself. So we do have those emails. We're going to be posting those soon. That's why I explain to people, carry yourself as a professional, no matter who you're talking to. Let's see right here. guarantee we've done a lot of testing. This is a lot of testing. Guaranteed, I've never done any of these tests. 250-inch screens. Here you don't, guys. Don't do this stuff. This is the stuff that we do. This is what we're known for doing. But tests are lacking big time. As a matter of fact, I think I'm going to drop my entire grid for my outside as a matcher better for y'all to match and better all our outdoor demonstrations. We'll put the 70 grid. We'll set the 70 video grid up as a matcher better demonstration. We'll do the ambulance rejection next. You guys, at the end of the day, you want to call me this, that, and the other. At least back my work up. I'm expecting to see it done. I'm still waiting. Upset and angry because a customer asked you that they weren't going to buy any paint from you. He got mad over that. Sent me a message. He's mad because the customers don't want to buy from you until you do those tests. You should be doing those tests. What are you angry about? Or any other merchant, and not just him. Any other merchant, if you're upset by this, you should have done those tests. Black versus black, black versus black, black versus black. Yeah, these are ones we all did. Here, black versus black. Look at that, all the way down the line. Professional 44 has a ton of those tests done on them. Let's go lock these in. Hey, you guys want no test at all done. Don't do no work. 44 professional, 44. I'll pull that one up. All right, what do we got here for time? Because I'm gonna go over my time. So I'm gonna go into my my pages here. I can pull up all these test demonstrations, lock those in, and anyone else we're missing, we can drop those in too. We did one we actually made our own paints to put against our own products for testing too. Because, I mean, I'm not going to suggest somebody do something that I'm not going to do. And we did suggest somebody to take that black and white mixture that they made and put it against their own products. So just to show them at the end of the day that we could do that too with no problem and not back down, we actually made 3 different individual of black screen paints and put it against our products by using just black and white paint. Actually, we did a reverse one when we made those. So I'll be posting those too. Professional 44. Yeah, test. We did tests on that one. It bounces me all the way back to the beginning. Yeah, it did. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in here. I'm going to go through my video collection through. Let me see. I got to go through an editing page to hit that. Actually, we just open up. Can we open 2 sites up and get that from there? Oh, yeah, we can do that. I forgot about that. We can just go in here, bring up the crystal edge. No, I forgot. You can't go through it because you have to go through editing because that page is completely locked out because of the converting of the site. So let me see what we need to do here. Editing from here. We need to get access to that page. I think it's a test page as it is. I think it is. Because they're going to keep bouncing me back. Unless I get, let me see, another way of doing this. We need the professional 44 test. Black versus black. Oh, microphones are not on this side. I knew something was wrong. Like, where are my microphones at? They're not on this side. I need to buy another one of these. I would have where my cables are at because my cables are usually in the front where I can see what is going to where. But Taco decided yesterday to pull cables behind the back of my cabinet, and I can't tell what's going to what now. I had everything organized just right. And he went back there and went to pulling stuff all over the place back there. All right, let me see if we can get it from here. All right, we should have a microphone. Should be working on this side. All right, let me get 44 professional. 44 professional. 44 professional. So that's what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go into my other site, pull these videos up and bring it back over because it's just gonna be too much time for me to go back and forth. By tomorrow, you'll be going to hit refresh and we'll be able to show it off tomorrow. So I'm gonna get working on this, get this done, and then I got a couple things I need to tweak on my pages and we'll be done from there. All right, gotta go. Thank you all and Merry Christmas. And like I said before, you go in and buy any screen paints from anybody, including us. Make sure they have tests. And if they don't have tests, which is going to be pretty bad if they don't have tests and there's some of the product that's not tested, which is not good. That's a huge major red flag. But customers need to request for these tests. Request to see what the product looks like on black paints. Make sure you get tests done, or you can see test results of showing what everyday black house paints are going to look next to these products. So that way you know you're not being scammed, you're not being shipped a container of black paint. The same thing goes with these gray screen products out here. Make sure you ask for those demonstrations being done. If they're just now doing these demonstrations, major red flag to back off because this is a test that should have been done from the door before the product ever sold. So, but do ask these questions from these people. Say, hey, look, I want to see if there's a difference between your product and gray paint. I want to see if there's a difference between your product and any kind of bullseye, primer, anything you find at the store that's gray. You want those tests done. And the reason why you want those tests done because you don't want to get scammed. I showed you the fellow we showed on the blacklist, the fellow by Jamie Fernando Gonzalez. He sells this Crow screen paint mixture. And in these demonstrations, he matched these screens with no problem. And that's horrible for customers who've already previously purchased these products and they have these on their wall and they're dealing with the fact that they just paid for an overpriced house paint. That's literally what they just paid for. So you want to make sure that you ask these questions before you buy from anybody. And that's why I tell people before you buy from us, do the research, find how many people are matching our demonstrations. You can look at our test demonstrations, which we have directly on our website here. And we're going to be building another one on the site right over here with our older test demonstrations. And you can see right from there, our products are all fully tested. And again, we don't match house paint at the end of the day because we can back it up. Reason why we're receiving a lot of, not saying a lot, but some angry sellers because these are people who have not been doing these tests and should have been doing these tests from the door, the back of their products. Customer has the right to know what he or she is buying at the end of the day. And like I said, if everything else has to be tested in the home, they don't know why screen paints don't have to be tested either. So with that being said, I'm going to finish up my giant video player, get that set up for the site. I think we did go in and publish that. So you go to the Crystal Edge, you'll see something that says demos and you'll be able to go right over there and check it out from there. There it is, the Crystal Edge. We put it right here, but it's going to be popping right here in a few minutes. And we have our demonstrations in there. So like I said, buyer beware. Make sure you ask those questions before you buy any screen paint from anybody, including us. Ask for our test demonstrations and we can show you exactly what we have and what we have tested on our products here and down through time. All our test demonstrations, just all of this, quite a lot of them. And the same thing you need to ask for these other people that are making these products. Make sure you buy it before you buy anything else from them. Make sure that they do these tests. All right, gotta go. Thank you all and God bless.